Hi everyone, we're going to find the partial fraction decomposition of this problem. It has an irreducible quadratic factor. I went ahead and factored this as x squared plus 2 times x squared minus 4, and then I went ahead and factored it even further. So basically we're going to set the problem up as two linear factors and then our irreducible quadratic factor. So if it's irreducible quadratic, we need a linear term on top so we have a proper rational fraction. So here we go. We're going to clear the fractions by multiplying both sides by my least common denominator. So that cancels out, and you get x squared equals a. This cancels out, and you're left with a times x squared plus 2 times x plus 2 plus b, and that cancels out, and you're left with x minus 2 times x squared plus 2, and this cancels out, so you're left with cx plus d times x minus 2 times x plus 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is let x be 2. If I let x be 2, what happens is when I plug a 2 in here and in here, this is going to turn to 0. This turns to 0, and that zeroes this whole thing out. So I can solve for a. So I get 2 squared. This is supposed to be plus 9, right? Okay, plus 9. Alright, 2 squared plus 9 equals a times 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 2. So what we get is 13 equals 24a. So a equals 13 over 24. So we have to remember that one. And I put the x squared plus 9 here. So now we're going to go ahead and let x equal negative 2. If I let x be negative 2, that's going to turn to 0 and zero that out. A negative 2 here will zero that out, and 0 times all that's just going to be 0. So we're going to find our b. So we get negative 2 squared plus 9 equals b times negative 2 minus 2 times negative 2 squared plus 2. So this is going to be 13 over here again. However, this side is going to be negative 24b. That's negative 4, and that's going to be 6. So b is going to be negative 13 over 24. Alright, now we're going to let x be 0. Let's see, let x be 0. And when you get that, you plug it all in, and you're going to get 0 squared plus 9 equals a. And I'm just going to do it mentally. So that's going to be 2 times 2 plus b. I'm plugging in zeros here, so that's going to be negative 2 times 2 plus, and that zeroes out my c here. And that's why I wanted to use that. So that's going to be 0. So I'll cross that out. So we're going to get d times negative 2 times 2. So that's going to give me 9 equals 4a minus 4b minus 4d. Now we already have our a and b. So we get 9 equals 4 times 13 over 24 minus 4 times negative 13 over 24 times d. Or no, not times d, but minus 4d right here. So cleaning all that up, you're going to get, I'm going to move the 4d over here. You get 4d equals, if you subtract the 9, you're going to get negative 14 over 3. When you clean all that up, divide everything by 4. So you get d equals negative 14 over 12. and that equals negative 7 over 6. Alright, so we have our d here, that equals d. And the last one we're going to do is let x equal 1. And I'm going to try to mentally do that too. So if you plug in 1 everywhere there's an x, you're going to get 1 squared. So that's going to be 10 on this side, and I'll plug in the rest. So we get 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3 again. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then we're going to get plus c, because this is 1, plus d times, this is 1, that's negative 1 times 3. So basically what you're going to get is 10 equals 9a minus this part, 3b. And then this is negative 3 here. So distribute to each of those. So you get minus 3c, minus 3d. And so if you plug everything in, you're going to get 10 equals 39 over 8 minus 13 over 8 minus 3c. And then when you place negative 3 times my d is negative 7 over 6. So that's going to be end up being plus 7 over 2. So I'm going to move the 3c over here. And you get 39 over 8 minus 13 over 8 plus 7 halves minus 10. And that all equals 0. So we have 3c equals 0. Therefore, c equals 0. So we found everything. If I write it all out again, I have x squared plus 9 divided by x to the 4th minus 2x squared minus 8 equals a, which is 13 over 24, divided by x minus 2 plus negative 13 over 24 times x divided by x plus 2 plus negative 6, 6 divided by x squared plus 2, because this was cx plus d, but our c was 0, so that's why you get that. And that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.